Hello there, it's Editing Sam here. Just a warning, it's going to be a little bit of a long one, this one. That's what happens when you don't do a makes video for a very long time and then you realise how many things you've actually made. Strap yourself in, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Hello, my name's Sam and welcome to my channel So Let's Sparkle with Sam, and today is a much needed makes video. So those of you that watch my videos will know that sometimes I'm really good at makes videos and sometimes I'm really pants at it. So I have been saving up some bits and pieces that I've been making in my sewing room. Because even if I do a regular make some plans and sews video, I don't always show you everything. Now, I don't plan to show you everything every time anyway, but I've just noticed recently there's lots of things that I've made and that I haven't shown you. So I thought let's do a little bit of an ad hoc makes video and see how that goes down. So today's Sunday, it was Valentine's Day on Friday, so I am wearing my Valentine's LB pullover in this gorgeous heart fabric that I got from Simple Life Fabrics ages and ages ago. I made this last year. I think it might have made it Valentine's last year or maybe even the year before. Anyway, I love it. And I've got it paired with my Heyday Dungarees in this lovely striped denim. I'm determined it's going to feel like spring. So I'm wanting to put my dungarees on even though it is winter time and I have got very woolly tights on underneath and I've got a couple of layers. But you know, I wanted to put my dungas on, so I wanted to feel a little bit more spring-like. I will pop up a photo of the whole ensemble so you can see. Yeah, so that's what I'm wearing. I don't know whether you can see it on here, but I made these at the November retreat that I went to, and I have top stitched it with this bright red top stitching, and I've done that throughout, and I was really pleased with that, and that's why I try and kind of match it with a red in it somewhere. And I do, and you know me, I like a pop of red, so, or pop of bright colour. So there you go. So let's go. This is in no particular order of makes. It's just things that I have noticed that I haven't shown you. So the first thing that I wanted to show you is something that I've made quite recently. So as you know, I do some tutorials for a lovely little company called Always Knitting and Sewing, and I am part of their Knit and Stitch club. And it is a membership club, and what they do is every now and again, I think it's every 2 weeks. It used to be every week and now it's every 2 weeks, but they kind of pop one in every now and again. They put a new tutorial, sewing tutorial, and it's either a beginner sewer, an intermediate sewer or an advanced sewer tutorial. And it's basically something you'll find you can sew and you'll find useful. And I think it was last month they popped up for a hair straightener pouch. Now, as you know, I've started growing my hair. In fact, I'm almost there, but I have found that from going from very short to longer, my hair tends to do this Miss Hooley business. And so if I'm wanting to look, you know, businesslike and appropriate, I do sometimes have to put the hair straighteners through it. And I did have a pair of hair straighteners years and years ago, and I was a bit frightened to turn them on because they were quite elderly. So I did get gifted a pair of hair straighteners for Christmas, but I just kind of been using them and then shoving them on the floor. Along came a hair straightener pouch from Always Knitting and Sewing, so I thought I'm gonna make myself one of those, and here it is. So I just made it from some fat quarters that I had lying around. I made my own binding with another fat quarter that I had, and as you can see, it's got this little kind of hooky business here, and that kind of keeps all of your plug and your wires in. Let me just put it back on again because it does a really good job of keeping that in place. And then you can just pull your hair straighteners out and you're ready to go. Plug those in, and then you just kind of pull the wires out, and then when you've finished, you just push it all back in again. And it's really handy. It works really well. I've done a little sticker there from Cozy Club Handmade because I thought, you look fabulous, darling. It's perfect for when you've just done your hair. It's a really simple tutorial. It's got a full video tutorial which talks you through all of the binding and how to put the clasp on and how to measure everything. And yeah, I absolutely love it. I did do a slightly different shape than Donna suggested, and it was a personal preference thing because it was just, I mean, I'm not sure all hair straighteners are made equal, and this shape seemed to, you know, kind of fit my hair straighteners better, but I do really like it. I am going to do a little bit of practicing on binding. My binding's still not the best, but you know, it works perfectly, and I've used it quite a lot now, and it's still holding up the test of time. And I'm hoping to make another one because I'd like to make one in some matching fabric of my sets that I'm going to take away to the Stitch Festival. So, although I don't know whether I need another one, I don't know whether to just take this one. I've just really enjoyed making it. So yeah, so that's one of the things that I have made recently. Another thing that I want to show you is when I did my Smash the Stash video, I showed you a lovely Styla dress called the Galeana, and it's kind of like a fit and flare swing dress, but it also comes as a top version. Now the top version is basically it's the bodice, a shortened bodice with a peplum, but I decided to hack it a little bit because I'm not a great fan of a peplum when it's in a knit fabric. When it's in a woven fabric, if it's a really soft cotton lawn or a soft viscose, then it's fine because it tends to kind of fit over my curves really nicely. Just like the fleur top that I wore for my birthday celebrations, which I'll pop up there. That I can cope with, but in knit I find it just doesn't sit in quite the same way, and I'm better with that longer length as a fit and flare dress. So I got some really inexpensive fabric that I got from Knighton Fabrics because I love the colours, and as you can see, aren't they great? And then I just hacked the pattern, so I just made it longer. Instead of putting the peplum on, I just made it longer. The sleeves are exactly the same. They are these beautiful bishop's sleeves with the lovely cuffs. And then I hacked it again. Instead of having the kind of deep scoop neck, I actually used the neckline of the Tilly and the Buttons Freya and popped this lovely little faux funnel neck. No, what's the right word? Yeah, little neck on there, and I'll pop a picture of me wearing it. And I have to say, I really love it. I really love it. Because I hacked it a little bit, I realised that when I put the sleeves on, because I had to change the neckline, I had to change the shoulder seam a little bit. I didn't put the notches in for the back and the front, so one of my sleeves hasn't gone in as well as the other one, and I don't know whether it was perhaps they went on the wrong way. You can't really tell by looking at it, but you can tell a little bit when wearing it. So, but I have to say, I still love wearing it, and I can see lots more of those in my future. Yeah, so a little bit of a hacked top, but I have to say, I love it. And it goes with everything. It literally goes with everything because of all of the beautiful colours. So yeah, so that is definitely one that I'm going to keep hacking the pattern until I get it absolutely chef's kiss for me. But I've really enjoyed making that. So the next thing that I made was pants. They turned out okay, but they were pants. Boom. Uh, so the virtual sewing room, we're having a sew up your pants day. So I have got a massive box of jersey scraps, and every now and again I go through a big kind of cutting frenzy and I cut them all into pant shapes. And I used basically, my current favourite is a mashup between the Acacia pants and the Waves and Wild Wonder undies. And the reason is I like this bit of the Wonder undies. I like the length of this bit and this bit here, but I like the leg shape of the Acacia knickers. So basically I mash them together and it comes with it just, for me, turns into the perfect pants. Now with the Waves and Wild, I know that you can use self fabric for the binding, but I had this beautiful I got blue as well. I had this beautiful like fold over PK elastic that I'd had left over from another project. I had it in the green and I had it in the blue, and because I had blue and green fabric to use up, I just thought, well, let's go for it. So yeah, and I put this little flower detail so I know where's the front of my pants. I mean, not that I'm going to forget the front of my pants, but you know. So there we go. I made 4 pairs of these in the end. I've only bought 2 to show you. You don't need to show all of my pants. These are the ones that I have not yet worn. And I have to say, so comfortable to wear. I've pretty much eked all of the ready to wear underwear out of my drawers now, and it's pretty much just me made because I find it more comfortable. And now I've kind of hacked the pattern a bit. I think I've kind of got the perfect pants for me, because it's a very personal thing, isn't it? And I would say there's lots and lots of free patterns on the market, so get yourself a few of the free patterns and give them a try. You'll be surprised on how comfortable they are. If you do a comparison with size, so if I was to buy I'm a size 10 to 12 in Marks and Spencer's in underwear, and if I was to pull up a pair of those pants, they would look much smaller than these ones, but actually it's just an illusion. And these, you know, size doesn't matter, does it? They fit and they're perfect. So don't let that put you off, because sometimes with the pattern pieces, you see these great big pattern pieces and you think, oh, my bottom isn't that big, and it might put you off making them. But please don't, because they are such a fun thing to make and really, really useful and a great scrap buster. So yeah, so that was my hacked pants. The other thing that I've been making quite a few of, and again, I've been on a bit of a scrap busting thing the last kind of few weeks, is I've been making some of these little snoods. Now I've made a few. I'll pop a picture of me wearing one. This one, I made a scrap of this fuchsia pink. Now this actually I got from the workshop because I was cutting some sweatshirts for a sweatshirt workshop that's happening next week, and I ended up with some odd shapes of fabric left over, so I've used some of that and with some of my scraps to make these lovely little snoods, and I have put in the labels that say hot chocolate weather, cup of tea, cozy socks season. So that's quite nice, and you literally just pop it over your head, and you can kind of fold it over, and you can, if you want to, fold it completely into half, and then it actually makes quite a good headband. So pop it on over your head and it makes quite a good headband for, you know, putting your makeup on and things like that. So yeah, they are very interchangeable. Maybe don't wear it with the sticker out, but you know, you could if you wanted to. But yeah, they are a great little scrap buster, and I think I've made quite a few. I've made some for gifts, I've made some to just give away, I've made some to sell in the shop, because I have a little craft stall that I hire a shelf. So yeah, and they are so quick and simple to make. If you want to make one of these, I do have a tutorial for a jersey scarf, and I just, for the snoods, I just make them ever so slightly smaller. So yeah, there you go, some cozy snoods, because as much as I'm wanting it to be spring, it is still very chilly, so they are coming in really handy. So the next thing, I'm about halfway through, folks. The next thing that I made was this toaster sweater. So I will try and get a picture of me wearing this. It is a toaster sweater in this gorgeous fabric. So this is a kind of graffiti stars. It's a French terry. It's a loop back French terry, and it's from Carolyn Rose. So while I'm talking about Carolyn Rose is a fabric shop where I work, and for 1 week only, so from today until Sunday, so 1 week, it's Sunday today, when I'm filming this. I don't know when you'll see it, but it's Sunday today, and it's half term week at schools, and we are going to do free postage. Now, Carolyn Rose is a very small family run sewing shop, a fabric shop and sewing school, very small business, and we don't do free shipping very often. We don't really do sales very often because we pride ourselves on the fact that, you know, we're good quality, good value, but we have had a big revamp on our website, and we would love people to just come and visit and see what we offer. So we are offering free delivery this week only, and you can get some beautiful fabric like this, and you can make yourself a toaster sweater, which is what this is. So it's a Sew House 7 toaster sweater. I haven't made any hacks from this at all, apart from the fact that I do add a little bit of length to the body, because even though I'm quite short, I have got quite a long torso, so I put length in here, but I do take an inch out of the sleeves length, because with this long cuff I find that the sleeves are quite long. But I probably could take 2 inches out and then it would finish here, but mine actually finishes kind of here. And for the toaster sweater, because it is for the cooler weather, I find that it's just nice and warm and cozy. I popped 2 labels in it. This one that says, it says dream it, make it, and I got this in one of my little crafted with love. So I do a crafted with love, which I'll tell you about in a bit. I do a swap, and I've got this gifted to me, which is rather lovely. And then on the bottom I did a lovely jubbly, because I just really love these lovely jubbly ones from Cozy Club Handmade, and I'm running out of those ones, and they are my favourite, so I might have to order some more because they are just delightful. So yeah, so it's just a very easy sweater to make. The toaster sweater takes me about 45 minutes to sew up once I've cut it, so it's a nice quick and simple make. I did make it before out of some gorgeous fabric, and it was much more of a kind of stretchier knit. And I have to say that this is a bit more stable, this French terry. So I think if I made it in another fabric that was more like this, more stable, I might size up for the winter. This would be fine in the spring and stuff, but it's a little bit snug, but in a perfectly okay way. The one thing that I did do this time is I put the band on the right way, because last time I got the front and the back mixed up. Now, can you see there's the seam? You can't really see it, so it doesn't really matter. But the seam for the hemband goes at the back. And on my last one, I had it at the front. And I just didn't have the willpower to chop it off and put it back on the right way. So I just left it. And so far, no one has noticed. And I've been wearing it for ages. So, yeah. But this time, I don't have to worry about that. It's on the right way. So yeah, so that's my toaster sweater. And then, as I said, so this is my Crafted with Love swap. Now, if you partake in the Crafted with Love swap, you'll know that this week is the week that you need to send your make. So if you've made it, you need to send it this week. And the theme for this month is Love is in the Air because of Valentine's Day. And I did think long and hard about perhaps not showing this because obviously I haven't sent it yet. But I thought, well, actually, I will show it. If you know that you are part of the Crafted with Love, then this might be coming to you. But I thought I would show what I have made. So it's my own design. It's a messenger bag. I've kind of made it up as I've gone along, and here it is. And as you can see, it's a lovely kind of flap over messenger bag. It's got a slip pocket at the back, and it's got a slip pocket inside, and also it's got one of these little things that you can put your keys on, because the lovely Claire Stitch Hem Sew, she always puts these in her bags, and I always put them in my bags because I think we might be very similar. We might be very busy ladies that are always losing the keys in the bottom of our bags. So yeah, that is really handy. So it's got like a plant and sewing theme on the inside, and then I have on the outside done some nice decorative stitching, love hearts because the theme is Love is in the Air, and then love heart, a Liberty love heart from just a piece of scrap fabric, and the label says good things take time. So that is going to be going off to my little secret swap, and I hope that the person who gets it likes it. But I really enjoyed making that. I have, even though I made it up as I went along, I did do myself a little pattern, so I will be able to make it again and again. And you never know, I might do a tutorial at some point. So yes, although I have got quite a few of those kind of lined up. I'm a very busy lady. So something that I have made recently that I haven't actually got with me at the moment is because I've already sent it. So as you know, I am very good friends with the lovely Mandy at Make It Sew, and it was her birthday, so I made her an apron. I really ummed and ahed. I love making gifts for people, but it's, you know, it's really difficult sometimes to know what to make. Last year I made her a Bestie Bag, and this year I wanted to make her something completely different. And I know that she likes to do lots of crafting with her daughter, so I thought an apron would be really handy. And she was talking about using glue to do things. I was thinking, you know what? I love my apron, and I live in my apron because I'm quite messy. So I thought I'd make her an apron. And what I did was I bought some nice robust blue cotton canvas, and then I kind of made up the design from an apron that I have that was just a bought gifted apron. And what happens is that you kind of make a channel in it so that the webbing or the handles go through the channel, and then that means that you don't have to have any metal hardware on it because it's automatically adjustable. Now I know that Mandy has shown this apron in much more detail, and I think she's actually shown how it works on her video, so if you want to pop over and watch her video. But I've got a couple of pictures of her wearing it, and also I've got a picture of me making it as well. So I appliqued all of the letters of Make It Sew onto the pocket piece, and then kind of constructed the apron. And I thought that would make a nice kind of little gift, so that when she was doing her crafting with her daughter, she'd pop it on and she'd think, oh, Sam made this. So yeah, so that was just another little make that I have been very busy doing but I haven't got with me. And then another thing, I did talk about this briefly, but I think when I talked about it, it wasn't finished. So I made the Jackson hoodie in a beautiful kind of rainbow zebra fabric that I got from Knighton Fabrics for my son, because he was off to Utah to a film festival, and I'll pop a picture up of him here wearing it, and it was all finished. So I made it and it was too long. He is quite tall, and I think that I kind of just thought, oh, I'll add a few inches just in case, and actually it was too long. And he also wanted the hemband longer but the jumper shorter, so I had to do a few adjustments on it, but I did. And as you can see by his face, he's very happy wearing it. It's very, very cold, so I think he's got a jumper on over the top, but I think I've got a separate picture that I can show you. So yeah, so that was finished as well. So I have been very, very busy making things. The next two things, the last two things that I want to show you are things that I've made with the same fabric. So I, just before Christmas, I think it was, the lovely Sophia from the Curly Sewista on Instagram and YouTube bought a Fabric Godmother Dream wardrobe box, and she wasn't keen on the fabric. Let's not go around, beat around the bush. She didn't like the fabric, and I saw the unboxing and I loved the fabric. So I said, you know what, I'll take it off your hands. And so I have done something with it. I am just going to go away and come back and I'll show you what I've done. So here is the first thing that I've made. I've made the Mood Fabrics Amelia bomber jacket. And I've used this lovely bright red zip that I got from First for Fabrics, and I've popped the little cloud and moon tag that came in the Fabric Godmother box as well, which Sophia kindly popped into the parcel for me. And yeah, and as you can see, I've got the ribbing at the top, and at the bottom, which you can't see quite so well, I've kind of done a little bit of a red and black scenario. So it is red on one side and black on the other, but with the red cuffs. So if I just turn around, then on the back I've got the label that says, "You look fabulous, darling." So anyone that's behind me in the queue at Tesco's will know that they look fabulous. And then, as you can see, that's the way that I finished it at the back. So I'm really, really, really pleased with this. I will insert some photos at the end of me wearing it with the other thing that I'm going to show you in a second. But yeah, it was such a lovely make. So I've made the Mood Fabrics bomber jacket quite a few times before. It was the same one that I used for my sequin bomber jacket. This time I didn't line it, so as you can see, it is completely unlined. The only thing that you can see is my rainbow overlocking, which I don't mind at all. And the reason that it is unlined is that this Sherpa fabric was a little bit of a challenge. So for a start, as soon as you cut into it, you're in for kind of, you know, sheep shearing city. I can't remember the exact phrase that Rachael from the French Seam said about using her Sherpa fabric, but it was something to do with being sheep shearing championships, and I totally got what she meant. And the other thing is my overlocker, it does not like overlocking lots of this stuff together. So yeah, so what I did was I cut all of the pieces out. I overlocked each of the pieces individually, and then I sewed them on my sewing machine, because my sewing machine was much happier about sewing it than my overlocker was. So, and that's how we got there, and I think you'll agree that it just looks so cool, and I'm really looking forward to wearing it. Next time I will be again, because the fabric I've used totally different fabric and this is much more stretchy. Next time I will take a couple of inches out and make it a little bit shorter, and with the ribbing I will make the ribbing a tiny bit shorter as well, just to bring it in a little bit. I may decide to take some bits of it apart and make it a little bit smaller. But actually for a jacket it is fine. It is a little bit oversized, but I'm going to be wearing stuff underneath it anyway, so yeah, I'm really pleased with it. So I'll just pop the young lady out of the way there slightly, and let me just bring you back in. So the next thing that I made was a bestie bag to go with it. So here it is, and I love the way that this bestie bag has turned out. I did think for a while that I wasn't going to make it because I had such fun and games with the bomber jacket and the fabric, as you can see, there it is, that I thought, I just don't think I can do it again. But I'm so glad that I did. So as you can see, I've done the same accent with the red zipper, and it's a metallic zipper. And then inside, I've just used the leftover fabric from my poppy pinafore, because why not, you know? And yeah, so I use the non-pleated version medium bestie bag, but it's actually come out a bit bigger than my other one that I've made. And I think this has come out a bit bigger. So I think it's a fabric thing. So again, if you are making a handbag in Sherpa fabric, make it a bit smaller maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just so pleased. The only thing that I wasn't able to do in the pattern, because I made it with the Sherpa, is that I wasn't able to top stitch it all down because I just couldn't get in far enough to top stitch. So I've done the zipper part, and I've done all the bits that, you know, I've done all of the top bits kind of that structurally needed to be done, and then I've just hand stitched a little bit inside to hold the lining in where I need it to be hidden in. So yeah, there you go. So my lovely Sherpa bestie bag. Now this gorgeous webbing I actually bought from a shop close to home in Leamington Spa called Leamington Haberdashery. Now they don't normally do a lot of bag hardware and webbings and things, but I was just popping in as you do, and I saw this and I thought, oh my goodness, that is perfect. So it wasn't the cheapest webbing I bought. I think it was something like £4 a metre, but you know, 1.5 metres job is done. So yeah, and I love it. I love it. So I think I'm going to be wearing this and my Sherpa jacket for at least one of the days when I go and visit the Stitch Festival that's coming up in March. And I also might take it with me to Plymouth Focktails because it will keep me nice and warm with my kind of more, you know, kind of revealing clothes underneath. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed seeing what I've made over the last couple of months. It's always lovely to see you. I hope you get lots of lovely time to sew over this half term. Don't forget to sparkle. I'll see you really soon. Bye for now.